what to accept the party is over. You came with your new friends and her mom jeans and her new Vans, and she's perfect and I hate it. Oh, so glad you made it. I'm so glad you could come back. Somebody get the tacos. Somebody spark the blunt. Let's start the narcos off at episode 1.
I have always been attracted to visionaries, comedians, and people who make me laugh. I was so attracted to our next guest, I even married him. Yeah, because that's what you do. Please welcome a wonderful, wonderful man, Tom Green.
Hi, Drew. Hi, everybody.
We're back.
Oh, is it on?
Yeah.
What? Geez, you didn't even give me that kind of sultry look that you signal to me. You give me that kind of like wink. You know the wink that in the movie, and then it goes ding.
Yeah.
You didn't even give me that. I was looking at my phone.
You were just looking at your phone.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
This. You know what? Sometimes when I think about the phone, right, that we're all addicted to our phones, right?
Yeah.
And you ever notice this? Like when your phone dies, or when your screen turns off,
A bit of you dies.
You look in the phone, right?
And you fade out a bit.
Well, what do you see? What do you? It's like a black mirror.
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
Your pathetic reflection.
Yeah, you see your reflection. It's like a black mirror in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
in it.
right. What if your mom? No, that's not our bit. We can't steal that bit. It's not our bit. But it does. What's the deal with phones? You ever think about that?
I'm joined tonight by Charlie Booker.
Well,
if they could put your consciousness into a MP3 player.
Yeah,
that's pretty messed up, isn't it?
Well, if your dog was a microwave.
He's Ringo.
Yeah, he's Ringo. All British people are you're British people, you're Ringo or you're Winston Churchill. And I don't remember what Winston Churchill sounds, so he's like, like that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, listen, we got a lot to talk about.
A lot to say about TMNT.
We have so much to say about TMNT 2007, written and directed by Kevin Monroe, who was born in New Brunswick, but is now an American citizen.
Right.
Yeah. Least favorite type of Canadians, him and Jim Carrey, and who else is naturalized in the bad country?
The Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd. Yeah. Does he not have Canadian citizenship anymore?
Maybe he does, but he was actually neighbors with Jim Carrey.
Really?
That's how they met, and then Jim Carrey wound up doing a bunch of spoken word narration on his most recent album.
Really?
The one where he's like an old man on the cover.
Oh yeah, the old man one.
Right.
Yeah, see, like I don't listen to The Weeknd really, right?
I just watch him on The Idol.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I just watch the clips that you send me.
Yeah,
it's filtered,
Yeah.
Like a smooth Belmont cigarette. That's right. Pizza Hut no longer sponsoring us. Now Belmont cigarettes are sponsoring us.
Oh, before I forget,
Yep.
So I went to Katie's dad's 70th birthday.
Oh, okay.
And Katie's dad is some big corporate hotshot. So there were a bunch of other corporate hotshots there.
Cool.
And one of them was an old friend of his named Dennis.
Yeah.
And Dennis used to be the vice president of Pepsi Canada or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and
big boy.
Freaking Katie embarrassed me by bringing up the podcast because I guess Dennis was talking about podcasts because he said he listens to them and stuff.
Yeah.
And he listened and then sent Katie an email.
No.
And said, tell Alex I was totally impressed with the podcast.
No.
Especially the snapping turtles turtle emoji story.
Oh, well, okay, great.
In brackets, I have one of my own.
No.
Also, the Pizza Hut quote-unquote commercials, PepsiCo used to own them, and I knew the Canadian president well. Maybe I can still pull some strings?
What? Pull what? For what?
I don't know. I don't
pull
know.
what strings?
I don't know.
But he put commercial in quotation marks, meaning he understands it's not a real...
Yeah.
If we may break kayfabe a little bit. But
yeah.
Wait, so what is he... Wait, what?
And they said, great seeing you and meeting me. But yeah, I was just... I was really confused by that. But listen, Dennis, if you're still listening,
Dennis, please,
you want to come on the pod to share your snapping turtle story?
Yes.
And then see what strings you can pull with PepsiCo.
Yeah. Dennis, if there's anything that you can do to get us free pizza or free Pepsi, which, you know, I like, listen, it's not my preferred.
Ooh,
Sorry.
No, you can't say that.
I don't
actually.
like PepsiCo products.
You should probably cut this all out.
I would also say specifically Schweppes ginger ale is always a huge letdown when I want a Canada Dry.
But is Canada Dry Coca-Cola? I feel like Canada Dry was its own entity or something.
I don't know. I mean, all I know is that when you have Pepsi, you have Schweppes.
Yeah.
And Schweppes is garbage.
But you will concede that Pepsi is better than cola.
No, what? Wait, then Coke or
You're fucking us up here.
sorry.
I personally love Pepsi. Dennis, I way prefer it.
Yes.
And all other PepsiCo products.
Yes. And Dennis, what I will say is we here on the Franchisees love and support all CEOs, especially those of giant multinational corporations like PepsiCo.
Yeah.
We think everything that they do, every decision they make, at the expense of the suffering of others is warranted because the product is so good and so refreshing. Glug, glug, glug. I'm drinking a Pepsi right now. Glug, 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 glug. Refreshing.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
Great. He's not going to call us back, is he?
I think
that's
he
the
just
last we heard of Dennis.
torpedoed.
Dennis...
But we do appreciate
we
you
do
listening.
appreciate it. Thank you. That's very funny.
Yeah.
I'm glad he liked it.
Nice comments, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad people liked the Snapping Turtle song.
Song? Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan messaged me and said he liked it.
Yeah,
and
good.
he's an actual musician, so
True.
that means it's actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were away for a bit. We did those 2 episodes back to back, and then I went to the, Canada's Hawaii. No,
Or Canada's Rhode Island.
it's not. I went to Canada's Rhode Island, Prince Edward Island, and you went to America's Rhode Island.
America's PEI.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused. Drank too much Pepsi, you see. It rots your brain.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry, Dennis.
He's a nice man.
He's a nice man.
He's a cool dude.
All CEOs are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Rhode Island
Yeah.
to visit friend of the pod, once and future guest Aiden.
Nice.
And we shot a short film.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. That's and it went well.
Yeah, the shoot went. It was a lot of work. There was one day that we spent the whole day cooking because we chose to save money by doing the lunch ourselves.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So we made 2 baked ziti's, one vegetarian, one not, and 2 chilies, one vegetarian, one
That's
not.
great. That's
and
good.
it was so hot in Rhode Island. And we were just like over the stove of bubbling, saucy mixtures. But it was a good time. Overall, we're excited. It's going to be quite a long post-production process probably. So
Yeah.
I'll give you more deets as the time goes by. But
yeah, Sundance, Venice, Berlin, TIFF. Not TIFF. TIFF sucks now.
Yeah.
It's got to be something other than TIFF. Sorry, TIFF. Anyone from TIFF is listening. Sorry. No, please accept our films into TIFF. Jeez, this is the Burning Bridges
yeah,
episode.
see, I just want to make it clear that Ben speaks for himself and only himself.
Yeah, and because of that, I also want to say, fuck Jeff Bridges, fuck Bo Bridges. We're burning all the bridges today. You like that? That's
Yeah, I
the
did.
stupidest thing I've
No,
ever
that
said.
was a good one.
And Lloyd Bridges, their father. Did you know that? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
It's cool. Yeah,
That's cool.
Bridges facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Bridges, Madison County, exempt. Great movie. Love it. Oh, I'm all hopped up. It's been a really exciting week. I started a new job.
Yep.
Yeah.
I came, I was running a bit late and I ran into Ben outside the studio and it was like I was looking at Business Benny again.
Hey.
But it's Hospitality Ben. Ben and Breakfast.
Ben and Breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
I need a new Twitter gimmick.
Ben and Breakfast.
Ben and Breakfast is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's maybe a little weird, maybe a little misleading. I don't really eat breakfast much these days. Yeah, but that might change.
But you do Ben.
24/7, whether I want to or not.
Yeah.
Actually, when I don't want to, I'm pretty good at not doing it. It's kind of like we described our followers that the girl who smoked too much weed and deflated on the couch. Yeah, but not anymore. No
Yeah.
more weed. No more cigarettes.
It's over.
No more drinking. No more sex. That was the hardest one to give up. damn near impossible, but
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah, tell us about it.
No, it's good. I have a new job. It's in the hospitality industry. That's all I really want to get into.
Should we do a Ben and Breakfast theme song?
Yeah, Ben and Breakfast. That's great. Okay, starting now.
Continental Breakfast. Free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, free Wi-Fi when you sign up for the rewards program.
Can I help you to your room?
Check in, check out.
Bellhop.
Yeah, bellhop. Yeah, doorman, front desk, back desk.
Luxury suite.
Yeah. Oh, could I get an extra pillow, please? Good. That's good. That'll be good. Well, yeah, we'll figure something out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the magic of audio editing, which I am becoming better at.
Yeah,
I think.
and
I
music.
mean, maybe it's hard to say. Well, the music, I don't. The music is fully stolen from somebody. The music is fully some temp track from somewhere.
Yeah.
If you think I composed the Snapping Turtle song,
Yeah.
you're mistaken. I took some music and then.
Hey, don't give away all our secrets. Don't burn all our bridges and give away all our secrets.
Yeah, who else? 21 Bridges. That's a movie, right? Burning them all down. All 21 of them.
The bridge on the River Kwai.
Bridge in the River Kwai is exempt. Sorry. Bridge in Madison County, Bridge in the River Kwai, exempt. Those are great movies.
Bridge to Terabithia.
Have you seen Bridge to Terabithia burned down? Sorry, ashes. Have you seen Bridge in the River Kwai?
A long time ago.
Also a long time ago.
I saw it on the History Channel.
Oh, that's the place to see it. Yeah, because it's real. It's all real. That's the famous part with Al Guinness, right? When he's like, "What have I done?" and now we have a new guy, Oppenheimer,
Right.
to do the "What have I done" meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that.
Well,
let's get into Hospitality Benny first.
I just have so much to say. Oh yeah, Hospitality Benny. Listen, I can't really. I'm not really going to talk too much about it. It's just a job in the hospitality industry so far. I'm just doing training. Things are going really well. I'm enjoying it. Everybody is so much nicer. People were nice at the sales job, just not the people like in charge necessarily. The atmosphere is much more welcoming. And the funny thing I was joking about today, like with the training, all of the training in the sales job was like, you're a fucking animal and you're gonna rip someone's throat out, and you're a lion and they're sheep and you'll fuck them to death. And then in the hospitality, it's like let's learn how to use empathy to create.
Wow.
Let's learn how to self-actualize using a smile.
Wow.
Let's turn the frown upside down and all this
Cute.
other. Yeah, it's very wholesome and it's very nice. But it's also very practical. Like, my dad worked in hotels most of his adult life, and I was always around them. And it's in my blood, right?
Your father, Donald Trump.
My father, Donald Trump, who famous hotelier. Yeah, younger brother Barron. That's the one I'm related to.
He's super tall now.
Yeah, me too. I'm also very tall, like Barron, a big, large adult son type.
We're all giants.
Yeah, so I don't talk much to Donald anymore. We disagree. We have some disagreements, not politically.
No.
We're very much in line, but
just about Oppenheimer.
Just about the movie Oppenheimer. He thought it was mid, and I can't stand by that.
Yeah.
Barron, on the other hand, I talk to pretty frequently. So, yeah, shout out Barron, friend of the pod.
Hey.
I'm pretty comfortable saying Barron Trump would be a friend of the pod.
Barron Trump, if you want to come on the pod, we'd love to have you.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that would, let's be serious for a minute. If Barron Trump guested on this pod, like in real life, if he really genuinely did, we would immediately shoot to the top of the charts of like the, Chabo Trabos, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Nobody would give a shit about them anymore.
Yeah.
It would be Alex and Ben.
And Barron.
And Barron.
Fab.
Yeah. That's,
He becomes a permanent third mic.
That would be great. Why not? Why not? We never talk about Donald.
No. We only talk about our silly movies.
Yeah.
Like the pod doesn't change, but we're just also sitting with Barron Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good idea. And you know what?
Do it.
I would extend the glad hand to Melania, even just one time.
Dennis, if you can pull those strings and get Barron Trump to be third mic on this podcast, Ben will renounce Coca-Cola and
Yeah.
only drink Pepsi.
Yeah.
For the rest of his life.
That's true. I'll take a bath. I'll take a bath in Pepsi every
Yeah.
day. Like
And
I'll fill the whole bath
I
up.
will bathe you.
Yeah.
So I will know he did it.
Hot Pepsi. Southern style hot Pepsi.
Well, they will eat not but burning hot coals and drink not but burning hot cola.
Exactly. Okay, I have so much to talk to that is not related to TMNT.
Okay.
So get ready because we are going to get to TMNT eventually. Should we let them know how we felt about it right away, or do you want to save that as a little surprise? This movie that probably no one has watched.
If you don't want to sit through Ben's, I don't know what you would call it, recap.
Just me telling you about one of the greatest days of my life.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, everyone's going to want to sit through that.
You're all going to want to hear that.
But on the off chance that you don't, neither of us really dug TMNT.
No, it's bad.
We thought it was oddly boring for an animated movie about Ninja Turtles.
Not funny, not fun.
Kind of poor animation.
Ugly.
All-star cast, though. You know, we've got Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Yes,
and Kevin
Chris
Smith,
Evans,
Lawrence Fishburne, Captain America himself, Patrick
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Nolan North, the voice of friend of the pod Nathan Drake in
Yes.
the Uncharted games.
If we could just get Nathan Drake on as the third mic,
We would shoot to the top of the charts.
we would. Yeah, of the video game charts.
Yeah.
It is kind of a different crowd.
And we'll get into it later, but now begins the greatest day of Ben's life.
Well, I have so many things to tell you. Number one, I went to Prince Edward Island and I met my baby nephew Murray, little Murray, and the Murricane. And he's a good kid. You can tell, right? Like when you're holding a baby, you can tell like this kid's probably pretty good, you know. And so when sometimes you see a baby on the street and you're like,
That's a bad baby.
There's no way that's not going to work out.
And sometimes you
know?
see Bad Baby.
Yeah.
No, his name's Bad Bunny. Fuck.
Who's that?
He's the big Latin music star at the moment. For a second, I thought his name was Bad Baby. I think Bad Baby was the female rapper who was Cash Me Outside. Fuck.
Wasn't her name something else? Oh yeah, I know who she is.
I minced my.
And you're talking about Da
references.
Baby, of course. Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Right. And Boss Baby.
And
It's
Lil
a lot
Baby.
to take care of, you know. It's a lot to think about. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is Baby Murray. Baby Murray, he's the future. He's the John Connor of the water wars, as they say.
Okay.
He's going to save us all, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe he'll just be like a normal person. Either way, we're going to love him all the same.
Mm-hmm. Congrats,
So,
David and wife.
Yeah. David and wife. David and Catherine. Yeah.
Congrats, David and Catherine.
Congrats, David and Catherine. I'm very proud of them. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time in PEI. One of the things, we had a couple of opportunities to watch the movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I gifted them like a month of Criterion Channel. And David and I watched Paths of Glory, Stanley Kubrick war film.
Love that
He
movie.
hadn't seen it. It's a great movie. But then the other night, he was like, I really want to watch Eraserhead.
Okay.
You know, because he's like a new father.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really funny. Said, yeah, of course, let's do it. And you haven't seen Eraserhead until you've seen it with a baby on your chest, and he's just spitting up and like going, ah, ah, you know, and he's like, he's all mutated. It was, I think it was, it's like 4DX.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you go in the seats, it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, you guys should try it out. It's really cool. It's really cool.
I got to get my hands on a baby.
Yeah, you got to find a baby. You through whatever means necessary, snatch a child and watch Eraserhead.
Fire
with
up
it.
my copy
Yeah.
of Eraserhead.
And then you'll probably not want to reproduce.
And return the child.
Yeah, of course.
Catch and release.
What else? I watched a whole bunch of other junk. The Counselor. This is just here's Ben recommends. Okay, these are movies you should watch. The Counselor, Angel's Egg, How Green Was My Valley, The Leopard Man, Runaway Train, The Candidate, Donnie Brasco, Life, Figures in a Landscape, Gilda, The Lusty Men, and Cemetery of Splendor. That's a huge, diverse array of movies that are not connected to each other in any way, except that I watched them, and you should watch them as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me talk to you about the new movies I watched, all right?
Just quickly, I also watched.
No, sorry. This is about me telling people what I watched.
I watched Bros.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's not. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It's not terrible.
But like, I didn't like the dramatic acting between the two leads, and
No.
I wasn't familiar with Billy Eichner, But I'm glad, now that I've seen the movie, he's going to stop haranguing me and calling me a homophobe and texting me. I saw your movie, Billy.
Yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't as bad as I heard it was going to be.
No.
And then I also watched Infinity Pool, and I think I dug it a tad more than you did, just because I'm glad that someone's making these bleak, graphic NC-17. The wheels kind of come off the cart somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But I had fun at that ending.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Yeah. I think Possessor you'll like more.
I've seen Possessor. Yeah.
I think Infinity Pool is like.
I'm just glad that he's going for it.
He's
swinging.
Yeah, he's going for it.
And I wouldn't say no to watching like more of these kinds of movies. Like let's bring some more just bleak, dark, sexy, weird sci-fi ideas to the table.
Yeah, I agree. I don't care if it's derivative of, say, another filmmaker by the same name,
who may or may not be related to you.
I don't know. That doesn't really bother me, right? I think that's the kind of the greatest path forward for like a nepo baby,
right?
Is to just do exactly what your parents
emulation.
did. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, and wait, what was the other?
Bros.
Yeah, it's what I thought was kind of weird is like Billy Eichner and the Billy on the Street segments and stuff. I thought were for the most part very funny.
I never watched them.
I think it'd be interesting to go back and watch them now because it's just like a very different kind of humor than what's in Bros.
Yeah.
Like, and it's funnier. I don't know.
Okay.
And so I thought it was kind of missing. Like in Bros, his character is like, I fucking hated this guy.
Yeah.
He's so annoying.
Yeah.
He's so annoying.
And he's kind of aware of it, and there's some funny moments, but there's never like any real redemptive element to his,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, like by the time I watched it too, it was hard to separate it from his kind of also very annoying campaign to see the movie. Mm-hmm. Like talking about it and treating it as though it was the first instance of like queer cinema.
Yeah.
Which I know is not what he was intending. Like the idea was that it was like a first in the way that it's like a very big mainstream, like expensive
raunchy rom-com.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, did you see Fire Island?
No.
So Fire Island came out like the same year, I think.
Wait,
like,
the Fire Festival.
No.
On the island.
No.
Blink-182.
No.
The cheese photo.
No, Fire Island, the movie about going to Fire Island, the island of the gays. You have to understand.
Right.
In New York, that movie, which is also like like a R-rated like gay rom-com like comedy, is way better than Bros. It's a lot funnier, I thought, and like a lot like Bros felt almost kind of preachy in a way.
Yeah, totally.
Is very weird. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Anyway, we saw it, so you can't cancel us. We saw it.
Please stop emailing the pod, Billy.
Stop emailing the pod. No, I feel kind of bad for him. Like, well, no, I don't. He was being annoying. Yeah, sorry.
He's doing pretty well for himself.
Doing fine.
He was in fucking Disney Lion King. He's got that Disney bread.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, another great film. Yeah.
Which we'll get to.
He's 2 for 2. Okay, what's the big movie everyone's talking about? Barbie, Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer, right? Everyone's doing it. They're seeing it the same weekend, or if they're a real sicko, they're seeing it the same day.
So fucked.
And I do think it's been a really interesting cultural phenomenon. Obviously this whole the movies are back thing that people keep saying, like, whatever, they're back. I don't know. It feels like they've been back like so many different times.
Yeah.
But I think we can pretty confidently say they're back. And then also with the SAG-AFTRA strike joining the WGA strike, they're very much as not back.
Yes.
Like we're once we get through this hump of like the releases that are coming out, the movies are then very much going to not be back again for some time.
Yes.
Right. Which is good. Because they need to figure out how to make movies that result in people getting paid properly for their work before they can just keep pumping them out.
Yes.
That's right. We're taking a controversial pro-union position on the podcast. That's right. Before I saw those, I also saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part
right.
1. It's great. They're always great. I
That's
like
good.
these movies a lot. We're going to, the release schedule for movies coming up is going to be different. And a lot of these movies are going to be delayed, which will impact the very tight franchisee schedule.
Yeah.
So, for example, if we were maybe going to be doing Dune at the end of the year, we might have to push that back because they might delay Dune so that the actors involved can actually promote it without being scabs.
Right.
So, yeah, so we'll see. Things are in a state of flux in the
Yes.
industry, and that's good. I think the real villains of this strike, like David Zaslav and Bob Iger and all these ghoulish CEOs who are not at all like Dennis, who is a good CEO.
Oh man, he was a nice guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a nice
Yeah.
guy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's a good CEO.
Okay.
And that there are good and bad CEOs, right?
Yeah.
There's nuance.
Yeah.
When people are like, "Oh, all CEOs are bad," or "All billionaires are bad,"
I don't know if
come
he
on.
was CEO. I just know that he was a.
Did I just make that up?
I don't know. He was a big shot at Pepsi Canada. Let's stop talking about Dennis. Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah.
Sorry. So what I'm saying is, Dennis is fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Dennis. Dennis. Okay, that's the last time we'll talk about him.
Yeah.
Okay. And hook us up with that pizza, Dennis.
Or the Pepsi.
Or the Pepsi. Whichever.
We'll take either or.
I don't care.
Or Baron Trump.
You know what, Dennis? I like the Pepsi logo. Did he have anything to do with that?
Quite possibly.
Do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I do like it. I think it's good.
That might have been Pepsi of America.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, what I'm trying to say is the bad CEOs,
Yes.
David Zaslav, Bob Iger, their actions and comments in the strike have been really heinous. I'm sure you've all read about them, right? So, yeah, I'm excited for things to change, hopefully, and for people to burn it all down because the system is very, very rotten. Okay. We will be doing the Mission Impossible movies eventually.
Yes.
If the second one comes out next year, then we'll probably be doing them then. All I'll say is it's a really good movie. You should go see it. And I like Tom Cruise a lot, even though he is also crazy and a psycho. And I've been very excited. He was in Toronto. Did you see that?
No.
He surprised people at a screening in Toronto at the Scotiabank. Like the very first publicly available screening you could go to of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Wow.
He just showed up, him and Christopher McQuarrie, the director. And I could have been there.
Wow.
I could have been. I went to go see it the next day in the morning.
Oh.
I could have been there, man. And I would have shat my pants. I would have just died if I had seen him. And I didn't get to see him. And it kind of broke my heart.
Yeah, as it would.
But I did. There is kind of the universe. I believe in karma. You understand, and I believe that not getting to meet Tom Cruise may have lined me up to meet another celebrity that I met this week.
Right.
Before I say that, I just want to say A Fire. Christian Petzold's A Fire. You should all go see that. That's the best. Out of Barbie, Oppenheimer, who cares? That's the one you got to go see. That's the movie of the summer. Okay? And it's about a grumpy guy. And so that's why it's the movie of the summer.
Oh, it's been a while since we had one of those.
I know, right? It's crazy, right?
It's like About Schmidt.
Yeah, it's been since About Schmidt that we had a grumpy guy movie. Isn't that crazy? It's been that long?
That's wild.
About Schmidt. What's this movie about?
Schmidt.
Oh, okay. Great.
Enough said.
Yeah, sounds good. 2 tickets, please. No, go see A Fire. Okay, enough about that. Barbenheimer. So I got back from PEI on the 21st. That's the Friday. That's the Barbenheimer weekend day. So I was able to make plans for that Sunday. This was my plan. I was going to meet up with friend of the pod, past and future guest Jordan, and friend of the pod, future guest Devin, and others, Anissa, and another guy named Ben. And we were going to go to see a Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament and oh fuck, what's it called? Oh, it's called Get on My Level, and it was at the Sheraton Hotel in downtown Toronto. It was a huge event, and we're talking like the best Smash Bros. Melee players in the world.
In the city? Oh, in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mango, Zane, Hungry Box, Moki, Hometown Hero. These are the names that you might know if you are into this sort of thing.
And Melee.
Melee, specifically, yeah.
Because if it was Ultimate, I would have been there.
Ultimate, they had Ultimate going on.
Oh, they had side
but what
events?
I went to was the Melee top 8 final. So I got to see all of these gods of Smash play. And
Who won?
Zane won. Zane is very good. It was anticlimactic. He just like
Good he was?
yeah. It just boom, you know.
Who was his main?
Oh,
Who's Zane's
Jordan's
main?
gonna kill me. Oh man, I don't know. Shit, is it? Was it Fox? He's gonna.
Might have been Fox.
He's screaming into his headphones right now.
Yeah.
It might have been Falco or Fox.
Okay.
A
Star Fox character.
Marth. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I was paying attention. It was really fun. Over the pandemic, Jordan showed me and some other people, some of our friends, this Smash Bros. Documentaries. 2 of them that kind of outline like the competitive nature of Melee and all the 5 like Smash gods and like how good they are and all this other sort of stuff and the metagame. That's sort of, I think that's the name of one of the documentaries. So yeah, it was really cool to see them play. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so.
Well, Jordan, if you ever want to come by and crush Ultimate, I haven't had a chance to play Ultimate in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty good. He's probably better to play with you than me. I'm really bad at it. Just like I played him once and he was like, what do you like? Why aren't you attacking? What are you doing?
Fighting back?
Why aren't you fighting back? I was just running around
That's
like,
really
no.
funny.
All right. So that was the plan. And then I was going to go see Barbie with some friends. Mm-hmm. And then I was going to go see Oppenheimer. Okay. And that was my full day. So at the beginning of the day, I was editing the Ninja Turtles 3 podcast. There you go. And I was running a little late. So I hopped in a cab and I was going to the old bagel shop where I used to work and where Jordan works.
Of course.
And
where once and future guest
Alex is the manager.
Alex 1. He was Alex 1 and I was Alex Prime.
Alex Manager.
Yes,
Mr. Manager.
Mr.
That's
Manager.
where Mr. Manager was. And so when I was on my way in the little group chat, I think it was Devin first who said, Drew Barrymore is at the restaurant. I thought maybe they were joking. I wasn't really sure because it was like Drew Barrymore's at the restaurant. Oh, is he Jordan? Oh, maybe not. And then Devin like, I'm pretty sure it's her, and back and forth. I got out of the Uber and it's Drew Barrymore.
Wow.
It's the legendary actor, director, producer, talk show host, author, a Barrymore Nepo baby,
Angel.
Drew Barrymore, Angel, yeah, Gertie from E.T., Angel from Charlie's Angels, right? What's Dylan? Her name is Dylan.
Right.
I remember. Those movies had a profound effect on me as a young boy. Specifically the Drew Barrymore character, who I definitely, I like Drew Barrymore a lot. I think she's an icon, right? And so I was very starstruck. So I went into the old bagel shop. I ordered a bagel and I was, fretting like, how do we approach? Is it okay? I mean, she's eating. Is kind of like, you don't want to be an asshole. And I've run into famous people living in Toronto, as you do all the time on the subway.
Peterson.
Jordan Peterson, yeah, delivering mail to Jordan Peterson, wishing him a happy Christmas. Who else? During TIFF, George Clooney, I saw him. I saw Will Smith, the entire Smith family, really.
Oh, did you keep his wife's name out of your mouth?
No, I sure did. This is well before that, but I knew.
Okay.
I knew very well not to yell at her, not to make fun of her for her medical problems. I'm a respectful man, Danny Glover in that same auditorium. People like that. Not as many people I've actually gone up and met and shook hands. Werner Herzog, I did. That's a story for another podcast.
Okay.
I can't. I'm really sorry, but I have to do this. This is what the show is right now.
Go for it.
I will talk about meeting Werner Herzog on another episode. That's a full episode.
Okay.
Very, very stupid story.
Bonus.
Bonus. Bonus.
What is the bonus?
Okay, it's Drew Barrymore. Jordan's like, I had already served her, so I can go break the ice and ask politely for a photo. So it goes out and kind of waves, and she's very nice. She's just like she's just a wonderful, radiant person, and this is sick. This hero, this celebrity worship, she's just a regular person. Anyway, the angel Drew Barrymore descended down from heaven and ate a bagel at the bagel shop I used to work at. And we asked her for a picture. We got in there, me and Jordan and Alex. It's a nice little photo. And we were taking this photo. And then she asks, hey, could I take a photo of you guys? And we're like, what? Like, Ms. Barrymore, you could do whatever you want to us. I mean, you could take our souls if you wanted. And so she took a photo of us and was like, I'm maybe going to include this place in my magazine.
Oh, wow.
As like a little gem, she was saying. And we were like, oh, that's great. Okay. And, we were talking a little bit. She enjoyed the latke. And then I was saying, oh, I'm just going to go order my own bagel sandwich. And then Devin was bringing it out. He already had it. And her friend pointed and said, oh, looks like someone's got something for you there. And I held the sandwich and I looked at Drew and I looked at the sandwich and I said, hey, this is a pretty good day. And she laughed. She really laughed. You know what I mean?
I have always been attracted to visionaries, comedians, and people who make me laugh.
It was a genuine laugh. And I know, because I know when actors are acting and when they're actually laughing.
When they're charity chuckling.
When they're charity chuckling. That's a really good term. I've never heard that before.
Well, I use it a lot.
That's really recontextualizing a lot of moments in my life.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
We're going to be here for a while.
Drew. No, she genuinely laughed. She thought I was funny. She thought I was funny, Alex.
Did you invite her on the pod?
No. I almost did. I was very close to saying, I have a podcast. Would you like to be on it? But I couldn't do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I knew it wouldn't have logistically worked.
Yeah.
No. And then, we left and we went right to the Smash Bros tournament where Drew Barrymore was not attending.
Great.
Yeah.
Day though.
Yeah, really good day.
What was she doing in Toronto, do you think?
I do not know.
Maybe she's rekindling a spark with ex-husband Tom Green.
It's possible. Yeah.
Chad from
Yeah,
Charlie's
the
Angels.
Chad. Yeah. She likes a goofy guy.
Yeah.
There's precedent there for all goofy guys out there. Is you're goofy enough and you're funny. I guess Tom Green is a handsome in his own way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's possible. It's possible. And then I saw Barbie and Oppenheimer. Who cares? It's not like it's a movie podcast. No, I will get to those briefly. I just want to tell you what happened today in regards to Drew Barrymore.
Okay.
The saga continues.
Right.
Okay. And I'll be very brief about this. I promise. I can't actually promise that. Okay. So this morning I'm training at the hotel. I get a frantic message from Jordan. Mm-hmm. It says, Ben, the owner of our restaurant, who has his own personal Instagram account, but also runs the bagel shop Instagram account, he posted the picture of us and Drew Barrymore.
Nice.
But he cropped it. He cropped me and Jordan out of it.
No way.
Yeah. Now, I don't think, I think the intention was to crop me out of it because I don't work there anymore.
Is this on his personal account or the bagel shop? It's
on the bagel shop account. You should take a look. It's very funny.
Hold on. I'm pulling it up.
In the process of cropping, it's also like distorted the picture and kind of deep fried it and kind of like made it the resolution really bad.
Oh my God, there it is.
It's so bad, right?
That was such a bad call.
It's so bad. Now, okay, I get maybe you don't want to put a past employee on there or whatever. I was fired several times. Well, not really. I mean, it's kind of complicated. Anyway, a bunch of people, I didn't ask anybody to do this. Just people just started commenting underneath and being like, who's the guy you cropped out? Who's that guy in the pink shirt? And it is really funny if the photo Drew Barrymore took of us ends up in the magazine. Like, you can't crop me out of that. Motherfucker! I win. I always win.
And always wins in the end.
Morty.
If there's anything I learned
It's true. I always break even. I may end up in Drew Barrymore's magazine representing the restaurant that I am so disgraced and dissociated from that they cropped me out of the picture and ruined the picture in the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Luckily, this was just the beginning, because later I was alerted to a post on his personal page. And listen, like, I'm not trying to call this guy out. This guy employed me for some time and was very kind to me. However, I think, his posts and his newsletters and his things are kind of bad. Like, he writes it in a weird way, and it's off-putting, and it's cringy, and it's kind of creepy sometimes. And, it is what it is, right? So his post from the restaurant, it's bad. It's bad. It's just kind of like about how he and Drew met on the dating site, the Raya, the rich people dating site, and she didn't get back to him. And it's all a big joke, right?
Yeah.
But it's such a softball. Like, Drew Barrymore comes to your restaurant and then she comes back again. You just post a picture and you say, look, it's Drew Barrymore at our restaurant. She came here twice. She must love the food. This is great.
Yeah.
And instead you make it this weird kind of thing about yourself.
Yeah.
So that got tweeted out by somebody. I think it was Sarah Hagee, who's very funny online and who does a lot of writing in Toronto and stuff like that. And so she tweeted it out, and it it didn't go like viral, but a lot of people saw it and liked it, and so then I saw it and thought it was really funny, and it continues. It was just a very funny day of clowning on your boss, which you got to admit is kind of fun. Right.
Totally.
Especially when you don't work for them currently, and you have to pretend that you're buddy with them or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. At my work, they've been losing some money and stuff, so they had to lay off a bunch of people this past week.
Ouch.
Friends of mine, people I worked with closely. So we've been having a real fun time. Clowning on our boss.
Yeah, great. Well,
not actually. It's been a very somber and sad few days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay. It happens. It's the nature of the beast. I've been let go. Everyone's been let go,
Yeah, not me. No, I was let go 4 times. Yeah. The pandemic, and again and again and again.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And well, actually, and then a 5th time being cropped out of that photo was kind of like being fired a 5th time, wasn't it?
From the photo, at least, yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny. You saw the photo, right?
Yeah, no.
It's funny.
It makes I can't understand why he would have done that. It does make the photo just like look worse. Maybe it was because it's to get closer in on Drew.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Because
I guess so.
when I first saw you post that photo to your social, I was like, is that Drew Barrymore? It was kind of hard to see.
It's Drew Barrymore, all right.
Yeah.
Believe me. Believe me.
That's Drew Barrymore,
That's
all right.
Drew Barrymore. Speaking of my social, Farton Fink, FartonFink. That's on Twitter. I'm also on Blue Sky now under the same name.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky is the new Twitter in case Twitter goes down.
Oh, okay.
Made by the old guy from Twitter, Jack, the old piece of shit guy. The fuckface, Jack. Notorious fuckface.
Harlow.
No, Dorsey. That's his name.
Right, yes.
No, Twitter is now X, you see.
Yeah,
and Blue Sky is now Twitter, and they're not tweets, they're called skeets, like jism. You see? It's very simple if you follow.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. I see.
You see.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm CrunchyBoy16 on Instagram if you want to see some doodles. I haven't done one in a long time, but if you want to see my backlog.
Slide into those DMs.
I've got one from way back in the day making fun of Black Mirror too. So
yeah. Wait, so you ever look at your phone, right, when it's off?
Yeah.
You kind of see yourself in it?
It's disgusting.
Black Mirror. That's what I have to say about that.
No, I think it was a pretty good one. I drew this guy being like on this week's episode of Black Mirror, and it was a guy like kind of with his hands up in the air being like, I imprisoned my ex-girlfriend's psyche in my toaster and now she keeps burning my toast. And then on the next slide, it's 2 pieces of toast and it's got FU burnt onto it.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's good.
Thank you.
I mean, that pretty much, I haven't seen the new Black Mirror series, but that's probably where they're at, right?
I have no clue. I know Aaron Paul's in an episode.
Science, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's that good.
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been what are Black Mirror fans called? I haven't been a mirror head in a while.
Yeah. No, me neither. I mean, I think I remember when I first came across it. It's probably like, I don't know, season 2 was probably going on. So it's relatively early. Still mostly like like a show that before the Netflix thing.
Yeah, it was still like a Channel 4 BBC show or whatever.
Yeah, and I still think because Charlie, is it Booker or Brooker?
I don't actually know.
Shit.
But
anyway, whoever he is, he was involved in like classic British comedy that I totally revere, like the Day Today and Brass Eye, so good, two of the funniest shows ever.
Shout outs to Christopher Morris. Too.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, I'm not gonna badly rehash Brass Eye bits.
No, we could quote Brass Eye.
I can do it. We're not gonna do it.
No, we won't turn to the answer, Prancer.
It's so funny. It's just so funny.
They're all on YouTube.
They
like
are.
if you can't access it, check them out. They're on YouTube. It's a pretty funny, like making fun of like news programs.
It's so good, and it's just you think Black Mirror. If you like Black Mirror at all, even if you don't, you really should watch that. It's a million times better. But the very first episode of Black Mirror, where the prime minister has to have sex with a pig,
that might be my favorite episode.
It's the best way. Yeah, it peaked there, and it's all downhill from there. It's very funny. I revisit that one from time to time. That actor's what's his name? Ross something or other. He's in the James Bond movies.
Yes,
he's very good in that. Very good in that. And then it came out that David Cameron, former PM, probably did have sex with a pig at one point in his college days. So just saying, it's a Black Mirror in it. You ever think about it?
Well, living in a Black Mirror.
So Drew Barrymore, professional, high level esports, Smash Bros. Melee. How could it get any better? Well, I get to go see Barbie, Friends of the pod, future guests, Yuki, Ahmad, Ali. There was another guy there who I just met for the first time. I don't remember his name. He was very nice, but I don't remember his name. He probably doesn't listen, but it was something or other, like Spencer or something. He was nice. I don't remember. He was very nice. What I was excited about, honestly, the Barbenheimer thing, cautiously optimistic for both of them. I like Greta Gerwig a lot. Mm-hmm. Frances Ha is a really big movie for me. I think Little Women is a really good movie.
Mm-hmm. Lady Bird's slightly overrated.
Lady Bird's overrated. Lady Bird is kind of disappointed.
I found it. I like Little Women more.
Little Women is way better. Yeah. And then Christopher Nolan, not ever a favorite of mine. Excuse me. I drank a bubbly, so there's a lot of gas. A watermelon bubbly. Is that a PepsiCo product? It's best not to know. Chris Nolan. I thought Dunkirk was really impressive. I remember seeing that in the 70mm presentation they have at Varsity. It was very good. And I also think, I risked my life to go see Tenet in the middle of the pandemic, and I think it's stupid, but I don't know, it's fun. I like a lot of his movies. Even though even though a lot of them piss me off, and I wouldn't ever call him a favorite director. So I was optimistic about, and the Barbie thing that was kind of making me worried was that, well, it's, as Amy Taubman said, it's about a fucking doll, right? It's a Mattel movie. It's brand synergy junk. I don't know, whatever.
And can it hold a candle? Can it say more than The Simpsons did in the Malibu Stacy episode?
I didn't even think about
classic episode.
That is a classic episode. They would make for a very good double feature.
There's something wrong with what my Stacy says. My spidey sense is tingling. Did anybody call for a web slinger?
That's pretty good. I'm honestly very similar themes in that episode in the film. So Barbie, I was just excited to see it in a big crowd. Lots of people wearing pink. Somebody in the full Barbie cowgirl outfit. Cool. And people kept stopping her and taking pictures, which I assume is what she wanted. If you're she looked like she was like a tall blonde lady with who looked like Barbie.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of Barbies out there. And the Barbie movie, I thought it was really funny. Like Ryan Gosling is really good in it. It's funny that the Barbie movie has so much to do with Ken and men and like, yeah. I mean, even though, well, I'm not going to spoil either of these movies, right? But it is funny that the highlight of the movie is Ken. Yeah, he's really good. However, all of the problems I anticipated I would have with it, I did have with it. Like it is a very overtly political movie, so I don't think it's silly to say that some of its politics I felt were pretty lacking in substance, or potentially sometimes a little bit hollow, considering it is like a multi-gajillion dollar Mattel movie that is also opening the floodgates for thousands of other bajillion dollar Mattel movies, Polly Pocket, Barney, Hot Wheels, Uno,
I'm really excited for
Magic 8
Uno
Ball horror movie, like all these things that have been dangled over our heads for years. They're pulling the trigger on them. Now they have a huge list of all these movies that they're going to make. There's no way they're going to make all of them. They're going to make a couple, and then if they make money or not, we'll go from there. But like Daniel Kaluuya's like twisted, subversive Barney movie, and Lena Dunham's Polly Pocket movie are like the next ones. And I like both of those people.
Wait, is that true?
That's true.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
I like Lena Dunham, for better or for worse, I think always makes interesting art. And I really like Catherine Called Birdie from last year, and to a lesser extent Sharpstick. She had 2 movies out last year that were both like good. But the whole idea of it is gross.
Yeah,
it gives
Polly
you the
Pocket
ick,
and
right?
Barney.
Yeah, and I played with Polly Pockets when I was a kid. They were really fun. They're very small, you see.
Someone I know, I won't name names,
Yeah.
but they had their sexual awakening to Polly Pocket. Yeah.
Wait, explain. Like how?
I don't know. They found Polly Pocket sexy.
Because she's so small.
I don't know. They told me that they had, this is a woman,
Yeah.
and she had a Polly Pocket pillow, I think,
Oh.
and would rub up on it.
Now that's a whole different story, because that's a pillow. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We all had a sexual awakening with a pillow, one way or the other.
Yeah, true.
All right. Well, that makes sense.
Well, they're going to be very excited for the Polly Pocket movie.
Yeah, and I bet it will be. I mean, it will. I like Lena Dunham. Not all the time. So yeah. So whatever. Barbie. I don't know. Hard to say. 3 to 5. Who cares? Go see it. Obviously, it's a huge phenomenon. Everyone should go see it, I think. But I don't care how subversive the Barbie movie is. It's still the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
And I genuinely, I know a lot of critics are like, it's better than that. Like, it doesn't deserve to be judged by those terms. But I mean, I don't know. For me, I can't do it. Like, I can't really wrap my head around it.
It was interesting. After the kind of hype died down, I feel like even critics kind of, got a bit more recognizing its flaws and stuff like that. I think I actually saw it go from the must-see badge on Metacritic, and it got demoted from that to like, it's still in the green, but at one point it was like all golden, and then people were like, well, maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see it eventually.
Oh, yeah,
when,
you absolutely should. Yeah.
Katie gets back in town, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's fun. It's,
I want to laugh again, Ben?
There's some, you will laugh at it.
I just want to laugh.
I think if you see that movie and you don't find any of it funny, like there's something wrong with you.
Okay.
It's funny.
That's
it's
good.
funny.
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig is funny. And Noah Baumbach is funny. And they wrote it together, and they're funny. And Ryan Gosling is very funny. And he's an extremely talented comedic actor. I think you should do more of that.
He was really funny in Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, hilarious role. Oh, man, I keep forgetting he's in that. He's such a sad little puppy dog in that movie.
Yeah.
Moo.
Am I human? Am I not?
Am I human? Yeah. No, we should write a Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Am I human?
And then you saw Oppenheimer.
And then I saw Oppenheimer.
And I wanted to go see that, but I was gone.
You were in America.
Yeah.
Well, if you do, I mean, do you want to see it?
Do you want to see it again?
I do want to see it again. Do you want to see it on Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
When were we doing this silly show on Tuesday?
Yeah, but maybe after that.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, sure.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Oppenheimer, I saw it with friend of the show, future guest Catherine, not my brother's wife, my friend, who lives here.
Soon to be future guest, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For the next series, for sure. Ooh, whatever that is. Ooh, we're being coy about what it is. Okay. I saw it in the IMAX at Scotiabank.
Hell yeah.
In the very back row, in potentially the exact same seats that you and I saw Apocalypse Now when I took the acid and went on the trip down the river.
Yes.
It very well felt like this the closest experience to that I've had. I did not take any drugs.
Yeah, I was just going to ask.
Did not take any drugs. I was high off of Drew Barrymore. I was high off of Melee. I was high off of Barbie, sort of.
Jankum.
yeah. I was high off of the Russian street drug crocodile. Just a potent cocktail.
Yeah.
No, I was excited. I had heard, so like I said, cautiously optimistic, but I had heard some really good things, like I had heard Paul Schrader liked it, but he's crazy. So who knows? He really liked Barbie, right? So, I don't know. I had heard, so just lots of like good reviews from people that I trust. And I had got kind of excited about it. And I was especially excited to just see it in IMAX because I had a pretty good idea that the aspect ratio changes would be like wild for this one. Now, for most of the movies, like the last two that I thought were really impressive, Top Gun Maverick and Nope, they use that aspect ratio change sparingly, like in a way that maybe makes more sense to like the world of the film. Yes. So like in Top Gun Maverick, when they go into the cockpit, it goes into the full screen. Great. And in Nope, like when Jean Jacket shows up, it goes into the full screen. Okay, makes sense. For this one, the aspect ratio it just changes. It just changes back and forth, sometimes multiple times in a scene, no rhyme or reason, doesn't make any sense, and I loved it. Like I obviously the best way to see it is in 70 millimeter IMAX. To go to Vaughn or wherever else. Right. I couldn't do that. So seeing it just in IMAX, I thought is totally worth it. Next time I might go see it in just 70 millimeter without the aspect ratio changes. It'll probably still be really good. Okay. I thought this movie was incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, it blew my mind. I was not expecting to like it this much.
Funny that a movie about J. Robert Oppenheimer would blow your mind.
Kaboom. Yeah. I was sitting there and I kept saying, muttering under my breath, kaboom, kaboom. Yeah, boom. Yeah, I was annoying the people.
People are looking around.
Yeah, they were really, boom. The people are really upset. After every scene, every time he says anything, boom. Yeah. Boom. And sometimes I would just fart instead. Like I would just go, Yeah, boom. No, I sat there at the end, similar to how at the end of Apocalypse Now, but that was because I couldn't move because I was too high. This was because I was overwhelmed by the movie.
Right on.
Let me make something clear. I don't think Christopher Nolan is like an intellectual person necessarily. I don't know exactly what I mean by that, but this is not an art film. It's not a film with, I think, as much interiority as it could have, and maybe it should have. I don't know, but there was so much more of that than I thought there would be. Just as like a formal achievement, I was so impressed and so exhausted by the end of it that I sat there and I cried.
Wow.
Yeah, like a little baby.
Wow.
Yeah. No, really, I was so impressed. I was like, he fucking did it. Like, he's, a director who numerous times in my life I've said I hated. And I was like, just sitting there looking up at the giant screen, just in awe. Like, I cannot believe he made a movie that works like this works. And it's just, like I think I said, MVP, Jennifer Lame. She has a funny name. She's a very good editor. Okay. She edited the shit out of that movie. I don't know how these things work, but I'm just going to give her all the credit because it's incredible. Yeah, I would love to go see it with you. We should go see it again. Yeah, it's really, really good. And I figure no one is listening at home waiting to hear if it was good or not to go see it. They probably already saw it or not, right? Yeah. But if you haven't seen it and you're planning on seeing it ever in your life, which you should do, go see it in the theater. If you can go to the IMAX, that's great. If you can go see it in 70 millimeter if it's playing there, that's great. Just whatever. Go to a regular Cineplex, because at the end of the day, this is a regular blockbuster film, like a summer release Christopher Nolan blockbuster movie that you can go to at any like rinky-dink theater. And I think that is beautiful. And that is why I think it is so great, is that this is like mass entertainment.
Yeah.
And for that type of like film, I mean, maybe I'm being silly. I mean, I don't want to like, I'm not trying to like put a ceiling on it or whatever, but like for that sort of filmmaking, it's incredible, like astonishing achievement.
Right on.
Yeah. So I'm getting worked up just thinking about it. It was great. It was great. It's also like stupid too. It's great. It's just, there's so much about it. It's great.
Is
You
it
should go see
in non-chronological order?
Oh, you better believe. You better believe it's cutting back. We're over here. We're over here.
Yeah.
It's in black and white. It's over here. It's with this guy. And one of the great things about it too is that so many of the bit parts are played by like, hey, it's that guy actor. It's this guy. It's this guy. And that helps with like the fact that that the layman on the street just comes in, doesn't know anything about Oppenheimer, can like sit down for 3 hours and pretty much basically understand the entire movie is amazing.
Yeah.
Because keep having all those actors in, and not everybody recognizes them, but there's some degree of familiarity, right?
Yeah.
Having all those people in there like makes people stand out. It makes you not confused. This guy, who's this scientist and this scientist, right?
That's a good point.
And the editing, like there's so many repetitive gestures and repetitive moments and things seen from certain angles and this and that are connected so seamlessly that I feel like although it is extremely overwhelming and especially in the last hour very exhausting, I think it's remarkably clear what's going on and what's at stake and who is who. And I don't know. I just I know. I mean, that sounds like kind of not that interesting, but it is. It is.
No,
Yeah.
that's actually a really interesting point you brought up, because if you have like a huge ensemble cast,
Oh yeah, everybody's
in
this
one movie,
Yeah.
But it is, I assume a lot of big scope works of art, works of film or whatever, can't afford to hire someone recognizable in every single role.
Yeah.
But if you can, that could make things way simpler for people to like, keep up, because you could be like, oh, the guy played by so-and-so,
Yeah.
like you're not like, which character is that again? When you have like a big ensemble, sometimes you lose track of things.
Yeah, of course.
But that is a clever remedy for that.
Yeah, I well, and like really good work from people who I haven't seen it. Like Josh Hartnett is in it. He's great.
That's sick.
He's great in it. Yeah, lucky number 11 himself. Benny Safdie, another quote unquote celebrity that I have quote unquote met.
Yeah.
Several times for some reason. He's in it and has a very big part in it and is good. He's pretty good at it.
How's the sound mixing?
Well, I will tell you, I was able to understand most of the dialogue.
Okay.
There is constant music throughout. I thought the score was really good. I don't know. I like that.
Who
too.
did the
It's
score?
not Hans Zimmer.
That's awesome.
It's the Icelandic guy.
Oh,
Ludwig Göransson.
Yes.
Yeah. Might have mucked that up.
no, you didn't.
No? That's his name?
Sure,
Her name? His name? Ludwig?
that it's a name.
Great.
You know who we're talking about.
Ludwig van Beethoven. Yeah, Oppenheimer, it's great. I feel like I'm sorry guys. I know I've been really just ranting, but I had so much to get off my chest, and now it's over. So why don't you talk about something?
Well, this is the moment
so
everyone's been
sorry.
waiting for.
Yeah.
What they came here to listen to. 2007's landmark achievement in animation. TMNT.
TMNT. What does that stand for, Alex?
They changed it for this one. I forget.
Yeah. Too many Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, could
Yeah.
have been.
No, it's just the regular amount, 4.
The ones you know.
The ones you know. Yeah, so it came out in 2007. Kevin Monroe, a man born in New Brunswick. And one of his early jobs, he's a storyboard artist for Hey Arnold.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
And
Hey Arnold was a weird show because I remember
super weird.
watching it, but it wasn't ever very like funny. It was just kind of like, yeah, I guess this is what it would be like for kid growing up in like a
with a football shaped head.
Yeah, in like an urban center or something, like
It's a pretty earnest show. Yeah. I liked it a lot. Yeah. I liked the Helga character, and when she is in her home and she like opens her closet and she has the shrine to Arnold.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot. It's just funny because his head is shaped like a football.
Yeah.
So he's cutting his teeth on animation, stuff like that. In the meantime, a computer animated Ninja Turtles movie had been in the works for a long time, since like 2000. And according to Wikipedia, John Woo was like gonna direct it.
Wow.
Which is insane. I don't know. I didn't really look up more about that, but that's crazy.
This ain't that movie.
This is not that movie.
I'm kind of confused as to
he would
like
have made Mission Impossible 2 instead, which is
2007.
No.
Earlier, right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, this movie's kind of confusing. I feel like there was a TMNT TV show reboot around that time.
I think so.
And
yeah.
maybe they were trying to drum up some excitement for that, because this movie really just kind of feels like an afterthought. Or
yeah, I actually wrote that down here, that it ultimately feels like a long pilot to an animated kid show that like wasn't very good.
Yeah. I don't remember the TV show that well from that time.
No, well, they're they're relaunching Ninja Turtles in theaters. They have other Ninja Turtles shows going on. I know there's a bunch of different series. There's other animated films that went straight to DVD, or like whatever you call it, straight to VOD. Batman versus the Ninja Turtles. That's a little later on. I do kind of want to watch that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, what's that about? I guess Batman.
I guess the Ninja Turtles either go to Gotham, or Batman travels to New York.
Batman can't go to New York.
Yeah, it'd be weird, right?
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, because Gotham is New York and other cities.
So I guess
combined.
the Turtles go to Gotham.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
It's all connected under the sewers. Yeah. Well, the movie, I saw this movie in the movie theater. Because
TMNT.
I saw TMNT in the movie theater, which feels like revisiting it last night on an extremely cruddy DVD presentation.
Yeah, that apparently looked bad.
Yeah, I caught the tail end of Alex watching it here in HD.
Yeah.
From Legal Movie Downloads, I assume.
Yes.
And it looked way better.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe that's just like a digital animation thing, because when I watched the DVD of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 from 1993, like the DVD looked fine. It looked just as good as the Blu-rays, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, it was super cruddy. I saw this movie in the theater because at that time, that was when I was, in the middle of my like second wave Ninja Turtles semi-ironic appreciation, like in later high school.
Yeah.
I was probably like 16 or 17 when this came out.
Yeah, I think I would have been down for that too, but I'd seen promotions for this movies, and this just wasn't the Ninja Turtles reboot that like worked for me. Like I even thought back then, like the animation looked kind of cheap, kind of cruddy. Like if this Mutant Mayhem movie came out like back then, like I probably would have been all over it.
Do you think we would have been friends in high school? Or do you think you would have thought I was not cool? Now you got to understand, I wasn't very cool.
Well, I wasn't super duper cool either. I had good friends in multiple kind of friend groups, and was just generally well liked because I was kind of like a class clown type figure, but I was also pretty smart.
Right.
I was also a theater kid.
Me too.
Nice.
We would have been okay.
Yeah, we would have been fine.
Okay.
We would have been on like a production together and just got along, cracking laughs. Yeah,
we would have been okay.
Yeah, it would have been great.
That's nice to think about.
Yeah.
The franchisees' babies, like Muppet Babies.
Oh,
they were all friends when they were babies.
A spin-off.
Yeah. Goo goo gaga.
Man, if we had this show when we were in high school, our opinions would have been so much worse.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
Different.
We're gonna do the show till we die.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna look back, like, many years in the future, and we'll be looking back at this and we'll be like, wow, that was so awful.
Ben loved Oppenheimer.
Yeah, how cringe. And like how embarrassing his like hero worship of Drew Barrymore. Now that we know the awful crimes she's done.
They found so many bodies under the floorboards.
Sufjan Stevens Jr.
Yeah.
wrote the Drew Barrymore song about it.
Pull up the floorboards.
Yeah, so I don't know why I saw it in the theater. And the only thing I remembered from this movie was the very beginning. The scene of Leonardo in the jungle. Before we get to that, though, there is one of cinema's great jump scares at the very beginning. Even before that, did you notice it?
Lawrence Fishburne's narration?
No, before even the narration.
No. There was a jump scare?
The Weinstein Company logo.
I see.
Whenever a movie comes up now and you see it, you're like,
I see.
The lights, the W.
Yeah,
Careful.
I was actually kind of surprised to see that.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Like this, like when you were talking about direct to video earlier, this felt like a direct to video thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. In all the derogatory ways that term is used.
I do mean that offensively.
Yeah. So and it opens. So before we get to Leo in the jungle, there's this narration and stuff in the past, all these ancient beasts. It's all bullshit. There's a big, very obviously like Lord of the Rings influence style battle, tons of CGI little guys.
You know what it reminded me of? The opening to The Mummy Returns with the Scorpion King story. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, it's about summoning like an army from another dimension or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm sure influenced by all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's 13 monsters released. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised, like, because it's not the plot is super complicated, but it's just kind of like messy, like they need the monsters to do something, and there's the one guy who summoned them, he becomes eternal, but then his generals are turned to stone for some reason, so he has to bring the stone generals to life. They're kind of like gargoyle creatures.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. So like I said, that only scene I remembered, they come back to the present. We're in Central America.
Yeah.
We don't know where specifically.
It was a surprise.
We're in Central America, present day. Because this is the attempt to make it a little grittier. Like this is like for teenagers, not for little babies, right? So you're in Central America, and this is when, I ran into my first problem. It's like, maybe it was it's partly the DVD presentation. It's partly also that kind of like early CG animated stuff. This is like 6 years after Shrek, right? But it looks bad. Like the humans are bad, right?
Yeah. I didn't like the way the turtles looked all that much either. You were more forgiving of the turts.
I'm always forgiving of the turts. So hideous. Just this hideous guy comes out and he's like, I don't know, he's some sort of Central American warlord or cartel guy or whatever, unspecified.
Voiced by John DiMaggio.
Yes, great.
Bender and the dog Jake fame. That's the name of the Adventure Time
That's right.
dog,
And
Jake.
Usually he does that voice. Yeah. But no, in this one he sounds, like
it's that voice, but South American. Or Central American.
Yeah. And he's a bad guy. I don't know. He runs into Leonardo in the jungle. He's like a mythic ghost figure, like the ghost of the jungle. Mm-hmm. And what I remember is that Leonardo he goes up to him and puts his swords to his head and cuts his head off. Now you didn't see the head cut off. It cut to the jungle, as it does in this movie. Now the actual scene, they just run at each other, and then you hear him scream and you see the jungle. So I had made it more memorable and more violent in my head.
I would have liked to see that.
That would have been pretty cool. Yeah. But the implication is that he cuts him. He does use his swords to kill him.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So Leonardo's in the jungle because this movie's kind of like a sequel to those earlier movies where they've defeated Shredder.
Yes. So
they've kind of gone their separate ways. Because I guess once Shredder was defeated, New York City was rid of crime.
I suppose so. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so Splinter sent Leonardo to Central America to become a better leader by fighting and winning the war on drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, for once and for all, by whatever means necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of a blade.
Yeah, at the end of a blade. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all those cartel videos that you watch on like, Watch People Die or like Live Leak or whatever,
Yeah.
where people are getting flayed alive, screaming, that's Leonardo's doing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. If you could only see who's holding the machete,
Yeah.
it's Leonardo. And you know what I'm talking about. You're a sick puppy.
I've never seen any of those videos. I've watched people die on Live Leak, but not in those kinds of videos.
Not the cartel videos? That's the primo stuff.
No.
This is all parody. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Don't look it up. Don't look up any of that. You're complicit in the war in the wait, what am I saying?
I don't know. But you're scaring me.
Every time you do a line of coke, you're complicit in the violence in the system, man.
Yeah.
You're good, and then you watch anyway, whatever. It's just disgusting. It's disgusting. The crimes that
Leonardo
that
the
Leonardo
turtle.
da Vinci the turtle has done.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Raph is back in New York. I mean, Raphael Turtle. And he's kind of going vigilante himself, but he's like the night watcher, and he has this like giant, awful looking metal armor.
Yeah, it looks like the rhino armor that Paul Giamatti is in.
Briefly.
Yeah, briefly in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That was one of the craziest movie teases they ever did, because he's in the trailer and you think he's going to fight him in the movie. Spider-Man's going to fight the rhino.
He's at the very beginning and at the very end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Crazy.
It's stupid. That movie is really demented.
Can't wait to get to it.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, I like Spider-Man, the guy, like the man.
Yeah.
But those two movies are pretty upsetting. Yeah, it's just not Andrew. I love Andrew Garfield.
You do.
I
Hacksaw
told
Ridge.
you this a number. Sorry,
Hacksaw Ridge.
Great performance. Yeah. I struggle to say it, but it's a great performance. But he can't be Peter Parker. When he comes on even at the very beginning, in Amazing Spider-Man 1, he comes on and you're like, no, that's not. That guy has had sex. That's not Peter Parker.
Whereas Tobey Maguire
is Peter Parker. Yeah, he's a little weenie.
Yeah.
And even the other weenie, Captain Weenie, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland? I don't know. Tom Holland's like pretty handsome and
but
pretty
he's
charming.
he's like a tiny little guy. He's handsome. They're all handsome and charming.
That's movie magic.
Yeah, I guess he's 10 feet tall. He's Baron Trump style tall.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I've never seen him. I've never seen him in real life. Tom Holland's the next on my list of celebrities to meet and fawn over.
He just kind of lumbers over people, like
hello. How's the weather down there? Little tiny Tom Holland.
He's like Treebeard.
Yeah.
He's an ant.
And not those dope smoking ants on Reddit.
No, we mean the shepherds of the forest.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And you make sure to watch the long version so you get way more ant action. Oh my God.
No, I do have to say that the theatrical cuts in that case, I think the things that they cut were welcome cuts. And
And when we do those movies, and we will do them eventually, we're going to be doing the theatrical versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I could speak to the extended editions.
You know enough about all that. So
anyway, TMNT, there's these kind of stone gargoyle people, and they're trying to capture other monsters that are throughout the city. And the guy who's immortal is voiced by Patrick Stewart, and now he's taken the guise of like a New York business person. And he hires the Foot Clan to capture, because Shredder's dead, so it's run by this woman. I forget her name. It doesn't matter. Shredette. Shredina.
It's Zi Zhang, I think. But what's the name of that? It's because it's a character from the comic books.
Oh.
I think.
Well, they're kind of tasked with finding these giant monsters, but the gargoyles are better at capturing them anyway because the Foot Clan are just soldiers. It's kind of, that doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I don't really understand why he needed the help of the Foot Clan. Karai. I don't understand why he needed Karai and the Foot Clan's help, really, because the gargoyle people kind of did all the work and were
he
supernatural.
doesn't really, right?
Yeah.
Casey Jones is in the movie.
Casey Jones is in the movie, voiced by Captain America himself.
Yeah,
Chris Evans.
Johnny Flame.
Johnny Flame.
Flame on.
The hell, Lucas Lee.
Lucas Lee, yeah.
Yeah.
Not another teen movie.
That guy, Jake. I
Jake.
think his name is Jake in that.
Yeah, pretty good. That's a good poll.
The church try to stop him.
Yeah, like, the movie's like, it's all about getting back together and family this and family that.
Yeah, Raph and Leonardo have beef because,
Yeah.
Leonardo went away and he comes back and he's like, okay, I'm back. I'm the leader. And Raph's like, who are you to lead us?
Yeah, yeah.
They actually
And
fight.
They
in
do
the
have,
rain at
and
one
I would
point.
say that's probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
They have a fight in the rain.
Yeah.
And Raph is in his like metal Giamatti suit, right?
Yeah.
And cool, Metal Gear Giamatti.
Yeah.
No, wait, Metal Giamatti Solid. No, which one is better? We'll figure it out.
Metal
Listeners-
Giamatti Solid's pretty funny.
Right in.
And it's
Solid Giamatti. Yeah, this is all based on the punk band Punk Giamatti.
Yeah.
That's my punk band, hypothetically.
and Paul Giamatti plays Solid Snake.
Sure.
He plays all the characters.
He plays everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ocelot and all those people.
Ah, man. I love Paul. I love Giamatti, man. He popped up he was in Donnie Brasco.
What is he?
He just has one really quick scene in Donnie Brasco.
Did you like it? Was that your first time watching it?
I'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
It's a good movie, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I would say primo Pacino.
Yeah.
Because that's post Scent of a Woman Pacino. That's like 90, that's like late 90s, like 98, 99 or something, right? And he's really good. I think it's one of his best roles.
It's heartbreaking, right?
It's absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of The Irishman.
Oh, yeah.
And then my parents ended up watching, I caught like a bit of The Irishman because they were watching it. And I caught the part where, spoiler alert, Robert De Niro's character kills Jimmy Hoffa, Al Pacino's character. And it's very much the same kind of thing with Al Pacino. Like he's just extremely pathetic in that movie.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, good movie. Yeah,
really
I'm
good
glad
movie.
you liked it.
Even He Who Shall Not Be Named, Jack Sparrow is actually pretty good in that movie. It's a good movie.
I should rewatch it, but I remember really digging it.
Yeah, I watched the theatrical version. I know there's a longer version that's like quite a bit longer.
I don't think I've seen that. Or is it more ends?
More ends, yeah. It's just
He's an informant.
yeah, that's pretty good. That's good. Yeah. The ents are always snitches in these movies, Yeah.
Narc.
He's
We
a nerd.
have decided that you are definitely a narc.
Anyway, the turtles save the day. Whoopee, who gives a fuck? You know?
And it's kind of an anticlimactic scene. To the movie's credit, it's really short, but it as a byproduct of that, like it zips by, and you don't really have any stakes or feel very.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, sorry. Like I was saying, when they're fighting in the rain, like that's kind of cool. Some of the fight scenes are well choreographed and well animated.
Well, because it's animated, they can finally, the turts can get their hands dirty. We were talking about the guys in the suits, like, they can't really do intricate stuff, but you do get a lot of animated fighting when, they go all out. They get thrown through walls and they're doing like crazy acrobatics and actually like landing punches.
Oh yeah. They actually move.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And actually, like, I wasn't sure. I like I said, I really couldn't remember much about this movie other than the first scene, so I wasn't sure where this was going to kind of stack up when you're like envisioning the franchise. I had kind of assumed. Well, like I said, I haven't seen these Michael Bay ones coming up.
Oh, baby.
But I assumed they would be at the bottom of the heap. But honestly, I don't think it's going to get any worse than this.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
because those ones are going to be awful and ugly like this, but in a way that has more kitsch value, right?
This movie,
there's nothing here with this.
It took itself like obviously they have some of their snide remarks, and it ends with one of them going, "I love being a turtle."
Yeah, like barely. It just barely squeezes that in.
It's just not a lot of fun.
No.
It kind of takes itself too seriously for an animated movie about Ninja Turtles. You know?
It's not fun. It's not.
It kind of thinks it's badass.
Yeah.
Because when they introduce all the turtles, they get like their name up in font, and it's not like they're doing like something funny. It's they're all kind of being like badasses when they're introduced, and you're kind of meant to be watching it and being like, cool.
Yeah, cool.
But
sorry.
But
I'm a little on edge.
Just like Ben in high school. It wasn't that cool.
It wasn't that cool. Actually, you look back and at high school was pretty good. I had high school was a very good experience for me. It's not the same for everybody.
I like grades 10 and 12.
Yeah.
And I wasn't crazy about 9 and 11.
Yeah, it's like the Star Trek movies. Every odd one is whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I wait? No, you have to ask me how many blanks out of blank I'm not going to start doing that.
Oh my God.
You have to do it.
We've been out of the saddle for like 2 weeks. I forgot about that whole stupid thing. Wait a second. I can't even think of anything relevant to this movie to make a rating system out of. How many Kevin Smith voice cameos?
Oh, we forgot to talk about Kevin.
Well, because
we need to talk about Kevin.
Oh, hey,
movies.
I like that movie.
Yeah,
I like the book too.
Yeah, I should read the book actually.
There are like this big name talent in this movie, right? But
Kevin Smith,
Larry Fishburne,
yes, friend of the pod, Patrick Stewart,
but they're
Mako.
Patrick Stewart's in it for longer. Mako's in it for longer.
Mako, who died while the movie was in production, and another guy came in to do his voice, and he was also replacing his voice as Uncle Iroh on The Last Airbender, Avatar, The Last Airbender.
I really want to see M. Night Shyamalan's movie of that.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, but that's why I want to see it.
Yeah. I've seen all his movies, I think. No.
Tier list coming soon?
Not the early ones. But most of them. And that's it's bad.
We should do another tier list.
For M. Night?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we'll wait till his new movie comes out. He's constantly cooking it up in the kitchen.
That's true.
What's going to happen this time? Did you did see Knock at the Cabin?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
No, you didn't see Cock at the Cabin.
I saw Old.
Old is good.
Yeah. Old's upsetting.
Well, I love Old. Yeah. Old is very old. Looking back on it, Old is very good. Old was a real cultural moment for us all.
But yeah, you have these big A-list stars like Kevin Smith and so on, and a lot of them they're not in the movie for that long at all. Like Kevin Smith just is in one scene where he plays a diner chef.
Not funny.
That's not funny. It's
not funny.
They talk over a bunch of his lines for a chunk of it.
How dare they?
It's really, it's filled with weird choices like that, where maybe it was to just drum up some sort of excitement. But who's getting excited about a Lawrence Fishburne narration or like a
I don't know.
Kevin Smith like brief cameo?
Well, that's kind of the animated movie voice casting model that Shrek was a really big, like really instrumental in. Like so much of the marketing for that movie is Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, John Lithgow, even, right? And like I get it, right? And all of those performances are very good in that movie. But the starting the trend of like all of these movies all these CG animated movies have to have this big name cast instead of like favoring voice actors.
Yeah. Like Nolan North.
Like, yeah, exactly. I really doubt. I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't run the studio. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Maybe it actually does bring in the money. But kids don't care most of the time.
Yeah.
And do parents care? Probably not as much as they would think. Like they have to go to the movie anyway. I guess maybe they would rather go to the one that has someone they recognize. I don't know. Yeah. Are kids just like the familiar voice? But then do they watch like movies that those adult actors are in anyway? I don't know. The whole thing is stupid.
During like Pixar's golden era, they didn't even really like focus on who the voice actors were.
When Pixar was making better movies, they had it down.
Yeah.
They would,
Like,
because no kids are
Up.
gonna, yeah.
You know, they're not like Ed Asner.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing with Finding Nemo. Kids are like
Albert
Brooks,
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres. She's so funny, and also I've heard she's really nice.
And cruel.
Yeah, and cool.
No, cruel.
Oh, sorry. That's right. I remember the Victims of Ellen.
Wall-E like barely had anyone in it, you know.
No, Ben Burt. Ben Burt.
Yeah. And they always had a John Ratzenberg cameo.
John
Ratzenberg. So I don't think it matters. I just think it's
just crass commercialization.
Probably,
man.
right?
Yeah. David Zaslav, Bob Iger. Have your fucking heads on the stick, man. We're going to drink your blood. It's awesome. I think it's awesome that genuinely someone is going to kill them and drink their blood. You heard it here first.
Yeah. But
no parody, satire. No one kill anyone.
I've got it though.
Yeah.
How many interdimensional monsters that the turtles must send back to their planet to prevent the beings from becoming immortal?
Yeah.
Out of 13, do you
13.
give this movie? Yeah.
Well, they were all so distinct, each one of those monsters. I remember them all so well.
They all had cool, unique powers and personalities.
Yes, and they were all the exact same color and had red glowing eyes, and it was very easy to tell them apart.
There was the really small one that like ate a lot or whatever.
Yeah,
and
that's funny.
There's a scene where one of them's trying to catch it and it's set to Black Betty.
Right.
And
Right.
there's a scene early on when you catch up with all the turtles where Michelangelo, he's doing children's parties where he puts on a big fake turtle head and pretends to be a man in a suit, and then a bunch of kids with nunchucks beat him up. And it's set to the song Red Flag by Billy Talent.
Oh, great.
Canadian Heroes, Billy Talent.
Yes. Billy Talent, a great band where some friend of yours or maybe someone you didn't really know, some acquaintance, they'd be like, yeah, Billy Talent went to my high school. Like not realizing it's the name of the band.
Yeah.
And not an individual man named Billy.
William Talent.
William Talent. Yeah, my friend fucked Billy Talent. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
They're huge in Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course that's perfect. I mean, I love the first two albums.
Oh my God. So
really,
Billy Talent
when we
and
were
Billy
younger.
Talent 2.
Yeah. Easy to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring them back. I haven't listened to that since I was like probably 15.
Well, maybe it's
probably
time
14.
you dusted off your vinyl record.
Yeah. I've got my Billy Talent on wax. Devil in a Midnight Mass. Is that a Billy Talent song?
That's on number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
I was
That
scared.
might be
I
the
wasn't
opening
sure.
track.
I didn't know if I would remember.
I think I like Billy Talent 2 more than 1.
Alexis on Fire, you listen to that?
I knew they're like singles. They're
Yeah.
like hit singles. They're much music videos that they would play, like Pulmonary, Archery,
Yep.
and whatever. And
Yep.
No Transitory.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it's a trip in nostalgia to the past, train to the past.
Yeah, just like this movie.
Good morning, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
My mind is going.
Daisy.
Okay, 13. Okay, wait. Yeah, Daisy. I don't know. Oh God, I don't know. 3.
Yeah, I was thinking 3.
Yeah.
3 out of 13. This is about 10 interdimensional monsters short of being a perfect film.
It is pretty crummy.
It's a nothing movie.
Yeah, it is a nothing movie. And when I say that, what I mean is most movies, there's something for me to grab onto.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if it's like not conventionally a good movie or not like funny or not something that has any sort of like ironic value for you, there's really no reason to watch this unless you're doing a podcast about it. And even then, like,
You're going to spend most of the podcast talking about Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. The queen, my queen, Gertie from E.T. I wish I had an adult. It sounds weird because it's just the only character name I know. What other Ever After from Ever After?
The teacher from Donnie Darko.
Yeah, the teacher
Mrs.
from Donnie.
Teacher.
Mrs. Teacher, yeah. Scream from Scream.
Oh, yeah.
She does scream.
She does.
What did I watch? Oh, I watched. No.
Oh, what did you? Dylan from Charlie's
Dylan
Angels.
from Charlie's Angels. Yeah, exactly. And Dylan from Charlie's Angels 2 Full Throttle.
Yes, which I saw in theaters.
Oh, great. Yeah, both directed by Mick G.
Yeah, can't wait to do those.
I'm excited to do those. Tom Green is at least in the first one.
He is. He wasn't in the second one.
The Receptionist from Freddy Got Fingered. If that counts, that's her best film. No, E.T.'s her best film, right?
Yeah, she's been in some real good ones.
Yeah, Scream. I mean, she's really good in Scream. That scene is like brilliant, right?
Iconic.
Yeah, totally iconic.
Unlike TMNT.
No, nothing. There's nothing here.
At least you can say it's short.
Yeah.
Unlike this episode about it.
No, sorry, I had a lot to talk about.
No, it was good. But next time, we're back in live action.
Yeah.
And
sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I think we're gonna have a bit more fun with these ones. I think there's gonna be.
I think so too. Yeah.
A more substantial turtle meat to sink our teeth into.
Yeah, we're gonna make a very illegal turtle stew.
Yeah.
Yeah. A very like ethically dubious, endangered species turtle soup.
You know, watching these, it's making me have like really high hopes for the new one, or not like
me too.
High expectations, but like I want it to be really good.
Well, yeah, I've just like we've kind of been saying, like, you know, I think I like the first movie, but you know, there hasn't really been like a really good kind of definitively good Ninja Turtles movie,
and I just can't
in
believe
a long time.
They made an animated one, this 2007 one. That's so lacking fun.
Yeah,
it's so disappointing.
It's really odd how there's no fun in it.
They went back to animation.
Yeah,
and it's a dud.
They could have just stitched together like some of the best of episodes of the TV show, and just, you know, I mean, I bet Batman versus Ninja Turtles is way better than this.
Yeah, maybe I will check that out.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Palette cleanser.
We'll see when it comes. It might be in between. Like, it's pretty recent. I don't think it's. Yeah. Anyway, well, yeah. Next week we're going to be doing the Michael Bay produced, Jonathan Liebsman directed, I believe. Mm-hmm. We'll get into his illustrious career. And we may have a special guest on that episode who may be familiar to devoted listeners of the pod. But if not, then sorry, something happened. But, you know, we may.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Count on that.
Yeah, you better believe we'll be there. What else are we going to be doing?
Also, follow, recommend, spread some love if you can. Write a review. It helps.
Yeah.
We should have said that about 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah. You guys know.
Yeah. So I hope you liked the TMNT Drew Barrymore Barbenheimer special.
Yeah.
Is that what we'll call it?
Yeah.
Should I try to fit in the melee in there somewhere?
Yeah. And then close it out with Christmas music as if it was like a Christmas special, you know, like.
Oh, but isn't I was looking on Spotify for songs about Drew Barrymore, and there's one by what's her face?
Sinead O'Connor?
No,
R.I.P.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so R.I.P. Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we could just play that.
Yeah.
You know,
one of the
Nothing Compares to You, or one of her other songs. You know?
Rare instances where the cover is better than the original.
It's a really good song. Mm-hmm. I was listening to Sinead O'Connor on the bus to work today.
I was listening to Blur,
having a little bit of a sad moment because I was never like a huge fan, but
she was cool.
She's really cool.
She was
she was really cool, and she, you know, she definitely had a really tough last couple of years.
I've been re-listening to Blur because they have a new album. You like Blur?
Yeah, I like Blur.
Yeah. They're back. Blur's back.
Damon Albarn.
But I haven't been listening to the new album. I've just been listening to the old Blur, which rocks.
Yeah, I am fond of the old Blur. Yeah. I guess this episode is dedicated to Sinead O'Connor and Blur and Drew Barrymore.
And Fox, the Smash Bros. character.
Oh, the Smash Bros. Character. Yeah, the best main in Smash Bros. Melee, the one that everyone does. And if you play as Fox, it's not really that impressive as if you were to play as Yoshi, as one very good player played, who's Jordan's going to be really mad that I don't remember his name. Amsa was his name. Amsa. So it's also dedicated to Amsa and Moki and also it's dedicated to Hungry Bucks, and it's dedicated to and his name is Mango, and Mewtwo King. And
Wait,
he wasn't
Mewtwo
there.
King
He
was
was
there?
not.
Oh,
He was not there. He wasn't
fuck.
there. He wasn't there. But
I actually know about Mewtwo.
Yeah,
King.
he's great. He's the best.
Because do you know about this? Oh man, at the tail end of the episode, but Mewtwo King was like accused of some like sexual misconduct and stuff.
Oh.
And I saw this on ESPN. This was covered by ESPN. He went on ESPN and explained that those allegations couldn't be true because he had to have like an adult circumcision or some type of operation done on his penis, and that his penis, because of it was botched and it had like damage done to it, so he can't actually like get an erection and ejaculate or something like that.
What?
Yeah. I'll find the clip. I'll send it to you. And it was on ESPN, and it's one of the most surreal things I've ever seen.
Are you sure this is
This
the
was
same
Mewtwo
guy?
King.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I'm shocked. I did not know anything about that. That's crazy.
Put that over the
No. We'll find something else to do. Anyway, if you got that wrong and it's some other nerd, then you're in deep doo-doo.
I'll flog myself.
Jordan will come and flog you personally.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah. Drew, call me back. Call me back, Drew.
Hello!
Can you shout out my friend Alex?
Shout outs, Alex.
I love you, my hard Englishman. Your rage is like a fist in my womb. Can't you forgive what you think I've done? And love me, I'm your woman, and I desire you, my hard Englishman. And there is no more natural thing, so why should I not get loving? Don't be cold, Englishman. How come you've never said you